Hi guys! So it's been a while since I've done a hair dye review, which is why I am here today, and I'm going to be doing a review on Arctic Fox Transylvania. I did a full review on the Arctic Fox dyes that I used over a year ago, and it's kind of not a controversial video, but it definitely does have the most amount of debates in the comics on whether this brand is good or not. Now, I'm not going to get into full details about that, but you can go check out my video and I kind of explain what I thought about the three colors that I did use from this brand to start off with. And while that video is a video kind of on its own about a brand in total, in a whole, as you guys know from my Ion dye review that I did ages ago, even though a brand may not be the best, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Arctic Fox is probably not my favorite brand to get for hair dye, mostly because it is pretty expensive for what you get. You can get cheaper if you were to get Pravana, and you can get actually better dyes if you were to get Pravana and or Joico. I haven't tried any other ones, but I'll get into that in a minute. But what I will say is, though it does have its drawbacks, which if you want to check out what I said on there in my video, will be linked down below. One of the really good things about this brand is the fact that they have a pretty awesome semi-permanent black dye. And why I say that is because for those of you guys who don't know, when you dye your hair black with a permanent dye, there is really no going back from that. It is super hard to get rid of. Like ridiculous. And for someone like me who likes to change their hair often, having something like this is pretty awesome. Now, Manic Panic does make a black dye. I believe it's called a Raven, and other brands do make black dyes. I think I actually have one from another brand that I'm going to be reviewing in the next couple of months. But what I like about Transylvania is the fact of the flaws from the really bright, vibrant color dyes are actually work really well with having a black dye. And I'm going to get into that. Now, just a small little thing. I am in no way, shape, or form a professional. I've been dyeing my hair since I was 13. I am 29 now, and I kind of know what works well for my hair. Get a lot of comments on my videos about people telling me I don't do stuff wrong, I don't say the right correct terms. I'm not a professional. I know what works on me. I'm just throwing that out there. So, let's get into Transylvania. So, as I said in my Arctic Fox review, is that Arctic Fox doesn't really last that long. If you guys are putting like fashion colors in your hair, you want something that's going to last a while because you don't want to have to keep applying it. Now, these type of dyes don't have any chemicals in it. It's a glorified like conditioning treatment that just dyes your hair. A lot of brands, it's vegetable based. But there's no peroxide, there's nothing. You just take what's in this bottle, put it on your head, and what you see is what you get. Now, what varies from different brands, some are transfer proof, some freaking get all over the place, some fade really, really quick, unlike other dyes which last a lot longer. Arctic Fox kind of falls in the middle. It's not as bad as, say, Manic Panic or Splat. Not saying Manic Panic's bad, it has their good dyes, but like it's not as bad as that, but it's not as good as like Pravana or Joico. This kind of, Arctic Fox kind of falls in the middle. It doesn't transfer, which I really like, but it lasts probably about 3 weeks to a month. Now, when I first did my video on their website, it said long lasting or something about long lasting. And now I've gotten a lot of comments about people saying, oh, it's supposed to fade. That's the like whole thing is you can change your hair up a lot because it fades. But that being said, what I personally look for in a fashion color dye is something that lasts a long time, because I don't want to sit here and be dyeing my hair purple every 3 weeks if I want my hair purple for a while. I want something with longevity. But with black, I really didn't care that much because my natural hair color is really dark, like super dark. I don't know if you guys can even see my roots, but my natural hair color is really, really dark. So in October, I had really, really bright blue hair. I dyed my hair blue for my wedding, and getting my hair and maintaining my hair to be blue and all, like, I did a lot of crap to it for a real long time. I wanted to give my hair a break. And to give my hair a break, I decided that I wanted to go a darker color. I look really weird in some shades of brown, so normally my go-to dark color is darkest brown or some kind of black. I don't like dyeing my hair black, like I said before, because it's a bitch to get rid of. So I originally, before using this, used a glaze, which what I did was I put like a dark blonde, I believe, or a light brown, I forget, as a base. I did a quick color remover on the blue just so it wouldn't seep through, but my ends for some reason just hung on to the blue and it still had like a teal color to it. So I put like a demi dark blonde, I'm almost positive it was a dark blonde, as a base, so that way when if I wanted to get rid of it, it wasn't like a crazy dark color underneath the semi. And then I took a black glaze, which didn't work out in my favor. It washed out in like a week. So what I did was I was at Hot Topic and I saw Transylvania. I was literally going to go buy Raven, even though I hate it. Why I bought Transylvania is because I know with experience from using Arctic Fox is that this does not transfer. Manic Panic, if I was like run my hands through my hair for like the first 2 weeks, black would be everywhere, or like a dark green, because it really looks like a dark greenish color. Now I've seen swatches of this diluted and this is more of a blue base black, so I kind of liked it because it looks navy when you dilute it with conditioner, which is really cool because you can get a navy dye out of this. But I knew that this didn't transfer and it would work well for my purpose. So what I did was I got a bottle of this, and I keep throwing the bottle, and I just kind of put it on my hair, and I will insert a picture here of what that looked like. Now on my ends, the green still kind of peeked through after a couple of washes, but that was just because the blue and green are really stubborn. But for the most part, I had my hair black from like mid-October all the way to like mid-January, because I wanted to let my hair grow, I wanted to let my hair relax from having any chemicals, doing my roots, anything like that. I got a couple of trims and I just kind of let my hair do its thing. And the good thing about that is it did fade within a month and I did have to replenish it, but because it was such a dark color, I didn't really need a lot, and you couldn't tell where my roots were growing in, which was awesome. So I did have to retouch it up every so often, but it wasn't a permanent color. So in January, I decided that I wanted to do something like a plum fading down to like a pinkish purple, so I did that, and I had that from mid-January to about mid-April. And the reason I say that is because I had to get rid of the black in my hair. I did my normal color remover technique, which I will also link down below, and the black came out like that. Now, the reason why the black came out really easy was because it was a direct dye like this. If I had used a box dye or any other black dye, I would have had to have bleached my black out of my hair, and I didn't have to do that with Transylvania. So that was freaking awesome. It came out, you could see the lighter color underneath. I had my regular roots, so I just took a high lift plum on my roots, and then I think I bleached my ends a little bit, I don't remember, and I put on the pink and purple. It didn't do that much damage to my hair. It was super easy. Now in April, I decided that I wanted to do this to my hair, and I wanted my roots to be like a black shadow root, and I want it to fade down. You can't see the teal, but it has like pink and teal and purple and blue in it. Now I got a new bottle, which is the one I have now of Transylvania, to do my shadow root. And I was kind of scared because I was like, what if this fades or goes into the other colors and screws it up? But I knew that that would last, and I knew that I wanted to do a review on it so I could wait for it to fade out and show you guys how this fades out. Right now in my hair, I have a month and a half of Transylvania, and you can kind of tell what it looks like, but that's how good it is that you guys can't, I haven't actually done my roots since January. Tell where my roots end and where the black begins. Now the only issue with this is that, and it also happens with a lot of brands, this doesn't take to virgin not dyed hair, so it lasts on my like regrowth for about, I don't know, I want to say 2-ish washes, and then normally you can see my regrowth, but because this is such a closer color to my natural hair color, when it fades to like a darkish brown color that it really doesn't interfere that bad with my roots. So what I did for this hair color is I put this on my roots first and I washed it out so that way when I did the other color it wouldn't blend in. And then I dried my hair and then I put the colors on the bottom. So this is Joico Pravana and I believe a little bit of Manic Panic. But for the most part, it's Joico and Pravana, and that's how that faded. So my roots going all the way down to the colors is what Arctic Fox Transylvania looks like faded. And it's a really awesome way to do a shadow root without actually putting like permanent color on your root. So I really enjoy that because it adds some depth to my hair without it being like really off or without me having to put a permanent color in my hair. So I really feel like out of all the colors that Arctic Fox has, Transylvania is probably one of the most basic ones because it is black. But it's the best because you now don't have to go to using permanent black dyes anymore. If you're constantly dyeing your hair black, I know a friend's mom who does it. She does her grays and everything like that black. And she's been putting black dye on top of black dye on top of black dye for years. It just drags it through because it fades so much. What she does is she puts just regular black dye on her roots. And then, because I told her about it, she uses this through the rest of her hair. So that is pretty awesome, and yeah. So I really do enjoy Transylvania. I feel like out of the Arctic Fox's brand, this is probably one of my favorite dyes. It is definitely one of my most repurchased dyes. I got mine at Hot Topic. It is $12.50 at Hot Topic. I believe on Amazon it is $16. They do come in different size bottles. They have the little one and then they have a big one. This one is 4 fluid ounces. I believe the big one is 8 fluid ounces. Not really sure. And occasionally at Hot Topic you can get the buy one get one 30% off or 40% off sale, so you can kind of get 2 and make it cheaper. Sometimes dyes are excluded, so make sure that dyes aren't excluded. You can also get Hot Cash, which is like $15 off of 30, so if you get like 3 of these you can definitely save on that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that is it. That is my quick little review on Arctic Fox Transylvania. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it kind of makes you guys see that even though you may not like a brand completely, there might be a dye within that brand that you might like. And for me, with Arctic Fox, that is the black dye because it definitely has helped. So if I want to kind of go darker, but I'm not really... don't want to commit to the permanent dye factor of it, I can use this for my black dye. It also probably really nice with cosplay. So if you have to go like a dark hair color but you're like a medium brown, you don't really want to like commit fully to it, you can use this. It will probably last a little bit over a month or so, and yeah, which could probably last you cosplay season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.